Welcome to the garden. Welcome to day one of our 8-8 Lionsgate Portal Pilates Challenge. So we're taking the energies that are coming in and we are immediately putting them somewhere productive, immediately bringing them into our body and sending the electricity of all the cosmic energy that we're taking in right now. We're sending it into productive places, our muscles, our body, and our physical consciousness. So thank you for joining me. This is the first class in the series, and this is my first time doing a series with a setup like this. So if it turns out that you cannot hear me very well, if there is a technical issue, go ahead and let me know in the chat of this Zoom room, and we'll work together to make this just perfect. So tool-wise, today, you will not need any weights, any tools. You just want to have enough space that a yoga mat can fit in to do today's workout. In 2-3 days, I will request that you get some hand weights, some light hand weights, maybe 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, maybe 5 pounds if you're looking to build up your muscles, but that's not necessary today or tomorrow, just in a few days. And I'll keep reminding you to get those things. I have one more thing to say. In the case that you are pregnant, because we do have a few sign-up members who are pregnant, I want you to make sure you do a little bit of research about safe Pilates for pregnancy. And before we begin, there are 2 main things that I want to remind you if you are pregnant and you're embarking on a Pilates practice. When you're laying on your back, doing any back abdominals work, when it gets to that 3-minute mark where you've been on your back for about 3 minutes, it is important for you to sit up and complete the rest of the laying down Pilates work sitting up in a seated position, using the arms and using the legs, but not being fully reclined. If you're pregnant, I also would recommend that you get a big pillow. Then you can put the big pillow behind you and you can lean back into it a little bit so it still feels like you're activating the abdominals, even though you're not fully supine on the floor. Next, my second thing that's important if you're pregnant is notice when we're twisting. If you're pregnant, you're allowed to twist. You are not allowed to twist and compress. So anytime you notice that we twist, you may twist, but if we compress or do any type of going down in the twist, do not do that also. And then if you are pregnant and those 2 little rules I just gave you made you more nervous or made you unsure, don't worry. After class today, you can reach out to me. I can send you to some great websites that can help you feel like you've got all the tools needed to be good to your body and the baby inside of you. Anyways, I'm not pregnant. I'm not sure if you watching today are pregnant, but I did want to say that because I know that is a goal that a lot of our clients here have. And we want to make sure that our fitness can be in alignment with our other goals too. Okay. Are those all my disclaimers? Yes, those are the disclaimers. If you're here right now, I'm under the impression that you are not injured, that you are not ill, that you are not sick physically. Mentally, we can hold space for that. But physically, there is no physical injury of any kind here before you begin. And if you do have a physical illness, if you do have a physical injury, it's important that you talk to your actual physical medical physician to ensure that Pilates is safe for you. All right, now all our disclaimers are done. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and sit at the center of your yoga mat. Sit in a comfortable crisscross position. If that's not comfortable, you can extend your legs in front of you and the knees can be bent. Are you ready? Take 2 hands, bring them to your ribs. Bring them to the front of your torso, on the space under your chest, right on your rib bones. Let the tips of your fingers gently rest right where the ribs end and come together. We're going to take some deep breaths, okay? This is called diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm going to inhale and feel my ribs pressing into my hands. Deep inhale. And I exhale, I relax, but I stay sitting very tall. Continue breathing deeply. Hands on your ribs. Deep inhale, inflating the ribs. Calm exhale. Continue this breathing. On your next exhale, I want you to press in your belly as you exhale. Start to notice how you can breathe into your ribs, back, and chest without including your lower stomach at all now. Breathing into the hands and blowing the breath out of your mouth. keeping the abdominals pressing in. Now we're practicing breath with the abdominals engaged, pressing inward, only inflating the upper body with breath and air. Inflate those ribs, inflate the back with air. Inhale. And when you exhale, press in the belly, send it out of your mouth. One more deep breath like that, okay? Deep inhale. And exhale, send the breath out of your mouth. Put the right hand on the space between the ribs and put the left hand on the space right below your belly button. Go ahead and take a breath into both of those hands now. And on the exhale, pull in the belly. And I want you to breathe calmly as I tell you this. Throughout the rest of your practice today, and throughout the rest of any Pilates practice that you do with me, we're going to keep this lower belly area engaged the entire time. Our lungs exist up here, and they're completely separate from the abdominal wall. So we're going to be able to take beautiful, delicious deep breaths throughout the workout, which I'll guide you through that breathing, into the chest, into the back, into the ribs. We can let the side body expand out when we breathe, and the lower body is going to stay compressing in. Okay? So take a second, think about that, breathe about that. Now I'm going to turn sideways so I can talk to you about something else. When you breathe, we're keeping this abdominal pressed in, like I said, and that is to support your low back, the sacrum area, around the sacral chakra. We're pressing in the abdominals. We are strengthening this front part of the body so it can help us stabilize the back part of the body. And what's between these two areas? Besides some organs, it's the pelvic floor. So all while we are strengthening here, to support here, we're strengthening inside in the deepest parts of our body that are sometimes very challenging to actually activate. Okay, so I think that's enough for me to tell you for now. Let's begin the workout. Remember, breath is crucial. It's really your job to make sure that you are breathing. I will keep reminding you, but if I'm not reminding you to breathe, please do breathe anyways. And just remember, it's all up here. All the breath is up in the top. Okay, darlings. So go ahead and extend your feet in front of you. Bring your toes to the front edge of your mat. When I'm looking at my feet, they're about hip width apart. My knees are bent. I'm going to put my hands on the floor behind me. My fingertips are pointing towards my hips. I walk my hands back, and then here, instead of hunching shoulders forward, I roll the shoulders back, and I let my chest open. I feel like my elbows are bent slightly and reaching towards each other behind me. Breathe in this position and lift your chin 2 inches. Deep breath into your chest while you press in the belly. Continue breathing, feeling the shoulders being trained backwards, feeling the elbows reaching together behind you, and breathe. Now we're slowly going to keep the chest opening as we scoot the hands towards the hips and we bring our forearms to the floor. With our forearms on the floor, we don't want to sink in the chest. We want to roll the shoulders back and keep your chest popped. If this feels like too much for you, go ahead and put your feet on the floor, okay? My shins are parallel to the ceiling, and I'm going to drop a foot and lift it and switch. So, like I said, if this feels like too much for you, have both of your feet on the floor and lift one leg at a time this way. So I need you to continue to do this movement. As you're doing this movement, pull in the belly, breathe into the chest. I like to do percussive out breaths. Keep this going, okay? I'm going to move my body to show you something, but I want you to keep doing this. So when you move your legs, you can't let this low band on your back move at all. Naturally, the head of your femur bones, keep your body going in that shape that I gave you. The head of your femur bones, which are your thigh bones, they are right by your low back. So every time we move the thighs, naturally the back wants to move. However, in order to really strengthen and support that sacrum area, we can't let it move when we move our legs. So as I'm doing this leg movement, I can feel how the area of my low back by my sacrum wants to move, but I'm not letting it happen. Now, if as you're moving the legs, you can't stop the low back from moving, you're not allowed to let the foot touch the floor. This is my modification for you. if you feel your low back is moving. Because it's a number one rule, we do not want that lower back to move. That could actually result in an injury. What we're training our bodies to do now is to let the legs move through the strength of the abs, letting the abdominals assist us in having a stronger leg connection. Rather than moving my legs from my low back, I let my legs start to source their power from my core strength. As you can see, I'm no longer putting my feet on the floor because I want to just display for you a nice, stable low back. Now, try to keep your feet in the air, pull in your belly, breathe calmly, and go up to your hands. Now, go back onto your elbows. Again, up to your hands and back to the elbows. As I do this, I'm waking up my triceps, rocking from my hands to my elbows with my feet in the air. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Last one, stay up, feet down, open the knees, draw the hands forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Let the torso extend over your legs. Drop your head down and take a deep breath. Again, take a deep breath up and down the spine. Low roll up. Slowly draw your knees together. Extend your legs in front of you. Okay, so I just introduced you to a concept that is going to be the most important thing throughout the rest of your Pilates practice of life. Is using the abdominals and not letting the lower back move, even when we're moving our legs. All right, let's get into some more fun. So now what I've done is I've externally rotated my legs. Go ahead and bring your hands back, just like how they were moments before. Chest lifted, elbows reaching together, leaning back a little. Again, I pull in my belly. Now I want you to have some fun with this. When you lean back, I want you to see how much you can get your hip system to tuck under. Have some fun with it. You can see my yoga mat is getting all wrinkly. That's because I'm shifting my weight out of my legs and into my hands. Now, just play with this for a second. Here's your goal. You want to feel like the front of the hips eventually unlock and get loose. Today, they might not feel like they're unlocking and get loose, but at the end of this 10-day series, I hope you get to feel that feeling. Elbows back like you know, fingertips pointing towards the hips. My bent elbows are reaching towards each other and my chest is lifted. However, now my legs are straight. My legs are externally rotated. There's a little V shape between my feet, but I'm squeezing my thighs together. Breathe and feel how your body is very activated like this. Next, exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, lower it down. I'm taking energy in with my inhale and sending it out with my exhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. This is an alternating movement. I'm moving one leg at a time. I'm moving the legs slowly. Because my legs are externally rotated, I can feel my inner thighs and my inner ankle reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. I want you to start to think about the heart chakra and how all of your energy and all the electricity in your body will always come from that heart chakra. Even though we're moving the legs and they seem quite far from the heart, still the heart is participating here. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. If this is feeling easy for you, go ahead and do the last 10 with your arms extended front. Inhale, lower, 10. Exhale, lift. 9. Make sure the chest feels lifted. Make sure the chin is a little lifted as well. It does feel like I'm leaning back, whether my hands are behind me or not. 4, 3, 2, hands back, legs down, sit up. Bring the feet together, inhale, arms up. Exhale, take a full forward fold, extend the torso forward, grab onto your feet if you can, and drop the head down. Take 2 deep breaths, relaxed into this stretch. Up and down the spine, your breath goes. And another deep breath. Slow roll up. All right. Remember, I'm introducing lots of concepts today that we're going to take the next 10 days to really flesh out. So if I introduce something today, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. Don't worry, you can watch the replay. And also, I'm going to keep fleshing all this out over these next 10 days. So we're working with the legs extended front. However, with your legs extended front, if this is uncomfortable and it's more comfortable to have the knees bent a little, that is fine. Throughout this next sequence, as we progress, if legs being straight is causing thigh tension, keep them bent. Now, moments ago, I was talking to you about how when you lean back a certain amount, at least I'm kind of scooting my torso out of my hips. When you lean back a certain amount, clunk, this thing happens here in your hip flexor, where you go from a flat back here, where it's a cut at the hip flexor, to I round my hips back, I lean my shoulders and torso back, my hip flexors open up. When you get those hip flexors to open up the way that I'm displaying right now, the hip flexors are right at the front of the hip and they make the legs go up. When I lean back this way, my low belly activates by my pelvic floor. The lowest part of the belly, think like 3 to 4 inches under the belly button. It is very hard to activate that pooch we all have that is natural and biological. However, when you lean back enough, you get your shoulders far enough back, you can even bring your elbows to the floor and explore that tucking of the hips, pressing in the lower belly into the pelvic bone, and you're going to feel it pressing into the back, creating support in your low back. I want you to keep that in mind, that as you lean back, you're able to tuck the hips more and more, and that is creating length here. The purpose of creating length in the hip flexors is so that when we move our legs, we activate the abdominals instead of the thighs. Now, while you're doing ab work, if your thighs are hurting, it means you're here instead of here. If your thighs start hurting when we're doing work, that's abdominal work. It means your hips are here instead of here. I'm going to show it one more time. If you feel your thighs are getting super tight while we're doing this next sequence, it means your hips are here instead of here. So take a second, do the slow motion booty pop and really explore rounding in the low body. It's very almost unnatural. It's not something we do a lot, but it's a great way to strengthen the pelvic floor and all the lower parts of your body. All right, so you've got your legs in front of you. Maybe the knees are bent if you're not comfortable with them straight, totally fine. Arms extended front, head looks forward. We're going to take the spine, starting at the ribs. Imagine your lowest rib bone. Starting right here, we're going to work going up, and we're not going to move anything below. So just keep this low body here completely stable. Inhale. Exhale, round your upper back. Inhale, roll up the upper back straight. Exhale, lengthen the upper back forward. This one's kind of crazy because you're anchoring your low body. We're not moving the low back at all. But I'm trying to move my upper body, lengthening my upper body forward, and then inhaling, rolling it back up. As my upper body lengthens forward, I keep my low back completely stable and vertical. This way, we're segmenting the spine, getting used to that feeling of moving the upper body while keeping that low back completely stable. 4 more. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Exhale forward, inhale, lift. 2 more, exhale forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale forward. Now check me out. I go exhale, round back to the floor. Inhale, fingers to the ceiling. Meet me here. Woohoo! Now, with your back on the floor like this, obviously there's a gap between your low back and the mat. As you get more advanced, that gap is going to go away. Even if you have a big ass, your gap is still going to go away. Go ahead and plant your feet on the floor. With the feet planted on the floor, there's the natural place you put them. Go ahead and walk them a little more forward and then ground your low back onto the floor by exploring that tuck hip that I was showing moments ago. So now we're laying back. Our head is on the mat, fingertips to the ceiling. Press your shoulders into the mat. Keep your feet on the floor just like this. If you're advanced in your Pilates practice, your legs are allowed to be straight. Otherwise, copy me. Inhale. Exhale, curl your neck, head, and shoulders up. Slice the arms down by your side and continue sit up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down, lower back, then middle back, then upper back, shoulders, neck, head. Inhale. Exhale, curl, roll the body up. Inhale. Exhale, roll the body down. Inhale when the head goes back. Keep that going. I'm doing it now with straight legs. Exhaling down. Inhale, fingers to ceiling. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top, 5 more. Exhale, rolling down. Fingers to ceiling. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top. 2 more. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, fingers to ceiling. Exhale, rolling up. Let's do 1 more. Let's do 1.5 more. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, fingers to ceiling. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down and then stay on the floor. Now we're all back on the floor. Arms down by your side. Plant your feet on the floor. Now that your feet are planted on the floor, scooch myself a little. Scoot myself back to the center of my mat. Now that your feet on the floor, let's talk about that low back region again. Now down here, it's really unnatural to have an arched back. So go ahead and work with what feels natural. Press your feet into the floor and scoop your hips 1 inch off the floor and see if you can guide your low back onto the floor. This is a weird position that's crucial for a healthy Pilates practice so that you can strengthen your pelvic floor. It's letting the hips feel tucked, letting the hips feel tucked. So it feels like you're guiding your low back to the floor. And then you're taking the energy of the low belly, you're compressing that into the pelvic bone, which is going to then compress that low back into the mat. It feels like I'm taking the energy of the front of my body and sending it through my body into the low back, completely stabilizing and anchoring in this low belly region so that we don't injure the low back, because we should not be moving our low back in this next sequence, okay? Next, with your hips tucked and your low back on the mat, that causes your hip flexors, that front of that groin, to start to relax, and that's what we want. We want the hips and thighs to be relaxed. In fact, imagine you have dead zombie thighs. That would be great, okay? Now, let me do something that's a little weird. You're going to straighten one leg, pull in the belly, try and keep your low back on the mat. Your low back starts to pop off, then I want you to not straighten the leg all the way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, return. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, return. Now, I've been doing Pilates since I was a kid. I am able to get my legs straight, but when that leg is straight, the amount of press that I have in my low belly, this is under my belly button, like 2-3 inches under my belly button, completely pressing in, completely stabilizing my low back to the floor. And remember, you don't have to fully straighten that leg when it goes out. It can just be a little. We're introducing the body to a technique that has been around for a very long time, but in a way, the technique feels a little unnatural when you first start it. Naturally, the back wants to move when you move your legs. However, for this workout, we don't want that. So it's definitely odd. All right, so I hope you're feeling confident about being able to keep your back stable. Let's say today in today's workout, go ahead and let your legs relax for a second, 2 feet on the floor, knees pointing to the ceiling. In today's workout, you don't want your back to move. Even if your back is a little off the floor and there's space underneath the back, your goal is to remove that space underneath your back so you can't even fit a piece of paper. But in the meantime, if today there's a little gap, that's fine. If today there's a little gap under your back, that's fine. However, you need to make sure that you are not moving that low back, even though there's a little gap. Don't move it. It will hurt later today if you move your back when you're not supposed to. Remember, Simba, who you are. Go ahead and put your hands behind your head. Hands behind your head. Now, when you start to do this next simple little sequence, your elbows are going to creep towards your face. Don't do that. If you let your elbows creep towards your face, you're going to shorten out your pectorals and you're going to look like you got a hunched back. So keep your elbows in your blind spot. Hands are on the occipital lobe of your skull. Feet are flat on the floor, hip width apart. Low back is pressing into the floor. My belly is already pressing in. I inhale into my chest. I exhale, tuck the chin, curl the neck, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades off the floor with a lifted foot. Inhale, head back. Exhale, curl other foot. Inhale, head back. Exhale, curl. Keep alternating the feet. Inhale, head back. Exhale, curl. Inhale, head back. Exhale, curl. Keep this going. Notice, are my elbows in my blind spot? Can I put my elbows more in my blind spot, more in my peripheral vision? The fingertips can press into the back of the head to help. And our goal is to eventually get both shoulder blades equally off the floor. We've been down here for about a minute. So if you're preggers, you've got 2 more minutes before you need to come up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, head back. Exhale, curl. Inhale, head back. We'll do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And now lift both feet up and keep your head back. See if you can keep your low back on the floor and do these toe taps here. Now, if you can keep your low back on the floor for some of it, but then it comes off the floor when the toe hits the floor, don't let the toe go so low. Number 1 priority, stabilizing the low back with the low belly. That means reducing the size of my leg movement so I can handle it. If your back is moving around here or your hips are moving around here, it means you can't handle it. You got to make it a smaller movement. And if this is all too much for you, put 2 feet on the floor and go back to these little marching movements. But I hope you're trying a hard one, if possible, if you can keep that low back stable. Inhale down, exhale up. 10, 9. My head is back, and I'm bringing all my focus into my lower body, making sure my low back is stable and my thighs are relaxed as I go through these toe taps. 4, 3, 2. If your thighs are tight, put your feet on the floor. Otherwise, knees together, shins parallel to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, curl your neck, head, and shoulders up. Bring your arms down by your side and pulse the arms up and down like this. Shoot your knees a little farther away from you until the legs are as straight as you can get them on a low angle. Count down from 10, 9. Do strong exhales. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug knees into chest. Head goes back. Rock side to side and breathe. Welcome to your body. Bring your hips and legs to the center. Knees are together. Hands are resting on the tops of your knees. Inhale, pull in the belly. Exhale, curl forehead to knees. Pull one knee towards your face. Extend the other leg out and switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Curling forehead to the knee, guiding the knee towards the forehead. Curling the forehead up. Try and get your shoulder blades off the mat. 5, inhale, exhale, switch. 4, inhale, exhale, switch. 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into your chest. Roll up to seated with some momentum. Extend your legs straight in front of you. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, extend your spine forward. Grab onto the feet if you can. Exhale, drop your head down. Take a deep breath up and down your spine. Dropping the head down, relaxing the back of the neck. Take another deep breath up and down the spine. Slowly roll up to a seated position. I hope you're feeling good. All right. Next, my darling. Bring your hands behind you. Fingertips are pointing towards your hips. The wideness of my hands is about hip width apart. My feet are flat on the floor. They're also hip width apart, okay? I'm going to press into my elbows. I'm going to bring my feet a little closer to me, and I'm going to lift the hips off the floor. Once my hips are off, I'm noticing if I feel any immediate pain. If you feel immediate pain, sit the heck back down. This is not supposed to hurt. We want to make sure our form is accurate. The body creates pinching in the joints if the form is not accurate. So check. Toes pointed forward, fingertips pointed forward. We want everything to be super square. Feet hip width apart. Make sure the hips are tucked and the shoulders are back. The shoulders, they're going to pinch if they're not back. Get your hips as high as you can. Scooch yourself around so you feel confident. And then start bending in your elbows. When I bend my elbows, they go directly back. I know you can see my hips are going down, but I'm not moving my hips. I'm moving my elbows, which is causing my torso to go down, including my hips. One thing I see a lot in my classes is people do booty bumping here. Don't do that. Focus on your elbows. Exhale down, inhale, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, last 3, last 2, 1 more. Then I sit, wrap my arms around my knees, interlace my fingers, and I look upwards and breathe. Head comes up to the front. I'm going to put my mat on a little angle so you can see more of my form for this next one. Okay, Coccyx balance is very fun, very classic Pilates. We also do it in yoga. The coccyx bone is your tailbone. It is like the bottom part of your sacrum. All right. It's a part of your body that is the connection, actually. I got to fix my pants as I talk to you. The part of your body that's the connection between your root chakra and your sacral. It's like bing, the little tip of your tail. When I teach my students that are children about the tailbone, I tell them, if you were an animal, you would have a tail. But you're not an animal. But if you had a tail, where would it be? And they all point to their low back and I go, exactly. I say you have a tailbone. But your tailbone is a flat bone that you can balance on. That's what we're working with, okay? So bring your toes to the front edge of your mat, bend your knees, bring your hips to the center of your mat, and then bring your hands to the back of your thighs. I want to remind you, your thigh bones are the biggest bones in your body. These femur bones, this femur bone, your thigh bone, is the biggest bone in your body. That motherfucker, excuse my language, is heavy. So we don't want to pretend like those legs are not heavy. We are strengthening our abdominals, utilizing the weight of the legs. Hands on the back of the thighs. Do not press on the back of your knees. I need you to press on the back of your thighs, okay? As my hands press into the back of my thighs, I sit up straight. I roll my shoulders back. My head feels like it's in alignment with my spine. Now my arms are activated because I'm actively pressing my hands into my thighs. I'm going to use my arms to hold some of my leg weight. Why? So that my hip flexors don't hold my leg weight. So get ready, press the hands into the thighs and start to lean back, popping the chest open until you can balance on your tailbone. Now, everyone is at different levels in their workout, in their practice. So you might already have a very strong tailbone balance. You might be able to already balance here, but to start for our first class, I'm going to ask everyone to press the hands into the back of the thighs so they can reach the shoulders and heart back. Lifting the chin so you can fit an orange under your chin, pressing the hands into the thigh bones, pulling the belly away and creating that long hip flexor. If you're feeling confident, hands off. If you're not feeling confident, keep your hands on and count down from 10. Inhale, lift arms, exhale down. 10, 9, 8, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 6 more, 5 more. Think about your heart chakra. Think about all the amazing energy in your heart and how every time you breathe, you're sending that beautiful love energy all throughout your body. 3, 2, 1. Hands to the back of the thighs. Feet go down. Go ahead and hug your knees. Inhale and look up. Once you get a full deep breath, let's get back to work, okay? Flex your feet, hip width apart, toes are pointed upward. The reason we're doing that is so the hips feel unstable on purpose. Press the hands into the back of the thighs and find your C curve. A C curve is that beautiful shape where your shoulders are far back enough where you can unlock the hip flexors. We create that little round swoop in the low body so the thighs are relaxed and heavy so we can give the abdominals some work. Arms front and twist. Arms front, upper body twist. So what exactly is twisting here? It's my head, neck, shoulders, and ribs. In that space where the ribs and the hips are separate, that is the no man's zone. There's going to be no movement in the hips at all. If your hips are moving, you are really going to hurt your back. So do not let the hips move at all. The hips will have to stay stable. Inhale, front, exhale, twist. Feel like you're jutting your elbow behind you. You're like, get out of my way. Hiya, get out of my way. Inhale, front, exhale, twist. When I twist, I'm trying to look back, but keep in mind your head is friggin' heavy. So just looking back does feel like a lot. I'm leaning back in my shoulders. So I feel my abdominals working. 10 more. Inhale, front. Exhale, twist. If you'd like something more advanced, go ahead and straighten your legs, externally rotate them and press them together. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Inhale all the way up. Hands to the floor. Walk your feet back. Bring your hips to the center of your mat. And slowly go back to your elbows. Oh, I pop my chest. Oh, I tuck my hips. Oh, my core feels engaged. You got to keep your chest lifted here. It feels awkward, really popping that heart chakra, and go ahead and lift your feet up. We're going to go open and close. My knees are bent. My thighs are going open and close. I'm going to shift your thighs a little farther away from you so that it feels like the low belly is working. If your hips feel tight, that's a no-no. You need more scoop in the low belly. My thighs are working a little bit here, but it mostly feels like a deep shake in my low belly. This is great for the pelvic floor. Inhale, open, exhale, close. 5, 4, 3. My cat looks so cute right now. I wish you guys could see her. 2. Next, you're going to go open, lower, lift, close. You're probably like, Bridget, what the hell are you moving here? It's my thighs. This is all in thighs. I relax in my hips and I let my thighs go downward. Imagine it's like the back of your knees are going down. We go open, lower, lift, close. Open, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and close. Inhale, open and lower. Exhale, close and lift. 4 more. Pressing the elbows into the floor, lifting the chest. 2 more. Press into your hands. Guide yourself back up to your coccyx balance. You can also pull on the back of the thighs, not the knees, the thighs. No matter what, maybe on the coccyx bone. Breathe, lifting the chest. And feet go on the floor. Draw your toes towards the front edge of your mat. Scoot your hips towards the center of your mat. Slowly lay back. Fingers to ceiling, and then hands down by your side. Press the shoulders back into the floor. Okay, now I want you to walk your feet a little closer to you and bring it so your heels can touch your fingertips. My feet are hip width apart, my knees are bent. My hands are down by my side and my fingertips are close to my heels. Now we're going to do some hip lifts. This is called shoulder bridge. It's called shoulder bridge because you end up balanced on your feet and your shoulders. So I'm going to scoot my hips off the floor, press my arms into the floor, lift my whole torso off the floor. So I've got 2 feet pressing down, 2 hands pressing down, and shoulders pressing back. Inhale, exhale, soften your chest first, and then slowly draw the rest of the body down to the floor. Tap the hips on the mat. Inhale, lift and repeat. Press the arms into the floor. Exhale, soften the chest, heart chakra first, and then let it roll down the spine. So now that your core is activated, now that your abdominals are warm, we can start to work in the gluteals and the legs. I also like doing this shoulder bridge after ab work because we're lengthening the abdominal wall. So it's a little stretch for the abdominals as you do your hip lifts. Lifting the hips, inhale. Exhale, soften the chest, roll the spine down. 4 more. I just moved my feet a little closer to me because I wanted to make it harder. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Stay up. Press into the balls of your feet. Heels lift. Heels lower. Now, you do need to have your toes pointing directly downward. If your feet are a little inverted or externally extroverted or whatever with your feet rotated in any way at the ankle, it's going to cause knee pain or ankle pain later today. So if you need to take a second, put your hips down and look at your feet to make sure they're really flat parallel, go ahead and do that because we've got 10 more here. So I'm laying back onto the floor. My head is back. My shoulders are back. I'm pressing my arms and hands firmly into the floor. The balls of the feet are pressing into the floor and I have trigger heels. Lifting and lowering my heels while my butt's in the air. Let's do 5 more. 4 more. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more. Stay on your toes. Keep your butt in the air. Just close the knees a little, open the knees a little. Do 10 of these. Breathe. And as you get warmer, you might be able to get your butt higher. So keep pressing the arms into the floor, feeling the shoulders and the head on the floor while your hips are anti-gravity. 6, 5. Inhale, open, exhale, close. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knees together. Gently let the hips go to the floor. Gently let the heels go down to the floor. And then heel toe, walk your feet in and together. Now my feet are together and my knees are together. Bring your arms down by your side. Take a deep breath. Press the shoulders into the floor, pull in the belly. On your next inhale, you're going to lift the hips and the right foot on the ceiling. That knee could be bent if you want. I want you to push into the hips, pulse up. Very small movement. However, as you do this movement, we don't want one of our hips drooping. You're going to make sure both of those hip bones are equally pointed up. You can just check that with your eyes. 9, 8, 7, 6. Pressing your arms into the floor. 3, 2. Go ahead and bend that knee fully. 10 more pulses. 10. Focusing on my hips going upward about 1 or 2 inches. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently the butt goes down. Gently the foot goes down. My feet are together. My knees are together. Take a deep breath. On your next inhale, we lift the hips and we lift the left leg. Lift your other leg and start to do small pulses. Pressing into that one foot, pressing equally into both arms and pulsing the hips upward. Up and up and up. While I do this, my belly is compressing in. While my hips are going up, it's creating a great heat in the torso. 9, 8, 7. Breathing, please. 3. Next, you do a bent knee. 10 more pulses, then we're done. 10, 9, breathing, 8. Last 4, last 3, last 2. Butt down, foot down. Cross right ankle over thigh. Gently draw the knees towards your body to take a stretch. Deep breath. Stay in that stretch. Take another deep breath. Feel how your body is alive, is waking up. Put your feet on the floor, cross other ankle over thigh. Gently hug the knees into your torso and breathe. Whatever areas are hurting the most, send breath there. You are electric, my darling, and this is a great practice of our electricity. Release your legs from the stretch. Go ahead and roll up to a seated position. Let's see the time. It's 9:47. However, I did start a couple minutes late, so I'm going to go for about 4 more minutes. I hope you don't mind. We're going to flip over to the stomach now. So for this one, I'm going to have my butt towards you because I want to focus towards the low back. We're going to do chest lifts, but you could hurt your low back if you do these chest lifts with bad form. So I'm taking the time to show you. So you've got to be able to, in this position, have your feet pretty wide, like mat width apart. And then I've got my butt on the, my hips on the mat. Then I squeeze my glutes. I press my hips firmly into the floor. And that's going to stabilize that sacrum low back that I've been talking about all class. So you are not allowed to move your low back, not an inch. It will hurt so much if you move it. Trust me, don't do it. Keep your feet on the floor. If your feet pop off the floor, you're breaking the rules. So my legs feel active. My glutes are squeezing, and they all are existing to anchor my low back into the floor. Stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Take a deep breath and feel the belly pulling in while the glutes squeeze and press the hips into the floor. I'm going to do an inhale and lift my head 3 inches off the floor. My hands are stacked on my forehead. My elbows also lift with my hands on my head. Make sure you can see me. Okay, you can see me. Start doing tiny little chest lifts like this. Up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. These tiny little chest lifts are only lifting the head, neck, and the chest. I keep my belly button on the floor. I keep my lowest rib bone on the floor. We're focusing only on the upper back. Inhale up, exhale down. Stay up. And now I'm going to go windshield wiper. My nose is 1 inch or 2 away from the floor as I start to trace an arcing shape with my forehead and my hands, cinching one side of my body and then the other. I recommend exhale through center, inhale, cinch the waist, other side, exhale through center, inhale, cinch the waist, and just start to think about how you're lengthening one side of your body while you're cinching the waist at the other. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. After your last one, head goes down in center. Take a deep breath. Squeeze your glutes. Keep your low back stable. Extend your arms overhead like a V shape. You can't really see my arms. You stay there. Okay, my arms are in this V shape here. I'm gonna flow my nose 1 inch above the mat, squeeze my glutes, press the hips into the floor to protect my low back, and I lift one arm and lower. So the arms are in a V shape, face parallel to floor, and you're just lifting one arm and then the other. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep that going. Now I'm hoping you're starting to feel the deltoids, the back of the shoulders activate, your lats activating, the muscle under your armpits activating. 4, think about the muscle under your armpit. That's going to help you. 3, one arm at a time. 2, last 1 and 1. And now I want you to bend your arms. Both my arms have 90-degree bends floated above the floor. My chest and head are lifted. My butt is squeezed. You're going to lower and lift the arms 10 times. 10, 9, inhale up, exhale down. As you can see, I'm not moving my body, only my arms. 7, 6, squeezing my glutes, pressing the hips into the floor. 4, 3, 2, stack hands, rest head, take a deep breath. I hope you feel your back muscles working. Yay! Next, we're going to bring the arms down by our side, palms up, and we're going to do some more work. Ready? Face parallel to the floor, lift your nose and chest a couple inches, and then pulse the arms up and let's do 10. Here we go. 10. Inhale up, exhale down. 9. 8. Lifting the arms towards the ceiling behind me. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Squeeze the triceps into the torso, bend the arms, and now reach hands over your head. Elbows into body, arms over your head, elbows into body. 10 of these, it's going to create a burn. Inhale up, exhale down. 10. It's still just my chest and my head floated a few inches off the floor. My glutes are squeezed. My feet are on the floor. 5 more. 4 more. You got it. 3 more. 2 more. Last 1. Hands press into the floor under your shoulders. Carefully guide yourself up to hands and knees, and then back to child's pose. Hips on your heels, forehead on the mat in front of you, arms overhead, resting on the floor, extended forward. Deep breath up and down your back. Take another deep breath. On the exhale, roll up to hands and knees. Meet me at hands and knees. My hands are right under my shoulders, and my knees are directly under my hips. We're going to do a little cat-cow. Always start the cat-cow moving at that sacrum low back. So inhale, exhale, rounding lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, and head. Inhale, lengthen lower, middle, upper, neck, head. This is not so much about how big you can make the movement. This is about how slow and spacious you can make the movement. Rather than going to my full extension, I do half so that I can put light between each vertebra. Keep doing your movement, okay? Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lengthening. And I'm exploring, imagining I'm sending light and energy up and down my spine with my breath. Inhale, lower, middle, upper, neck, head. Exhale, lower, middle back, upper back, next, head. 3 more sets, okay? Inhaling up the back. Exhaling up the back. 2 more, inhaling up the back. Exhaling up the back. Last one, inhaling up the back. Exhaling up the back. Neutral spine. Make sure the hands are right under your shoulders. Step your feet back, make your plank. That's a push-up position. My hips are down. I press into the balls of my feet. I rock my spine forward and back 10 times. 10, breathing. Inhale forward, exhale back. You could also do this one on your forearms if you need a modification. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Both knees down. Put your right hand right under your right shoulder. Keep your right knee on the floor. Rotate your hips to the side. I look at my bottom foot. I make sure it's right in a line with my bottom thigh. Good job, my dears. I want you to either stay here and just move your arm finger to ceiling, and overhead. Or if you're feeling advanced, do your full side plank. 5 of these. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee gently down. Hands cartwheel down. Other leg back. Rotate the hips. Rotate the upper body. You can stay right here, or you can extend the feet out into your full side plank. 6, 5, moving the arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee down, hands down. Deep breath, child's pose. Head down, deep breath up and down your back. Exhale, roll up to hands and knees, flex both feet, pop your butt up, go to a downward dog, and start to pump your feet a little bit. And then make sure both feet are together. Your hands are firmly on the floor, not too wide. Now we're gonna go up and down on the toes at the same time, 10 times. Heels down, heels up. 10, 9, 8. Pulling in your belly and breathing. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly walk your feet into your arms. Walk your arms towards your feet. Drop the head down towards your legs and hang forward. Go ahead and crisscross your arms. Drop the head weight forward and breathe. You can get a deeper, more delicious stretch by shifting the weight out of your heels and more into the balls of your feet. Dropping your head down and breathing. You can shake your head a little no. You can gently rock the head a little yes. Take a deep breath. Let the hands drop down. I want you to soften your knees. Slowly start to roll up to standing until you're standing all the way up. Take your time and let your head be the very last thing that lifts. So you've rolled all the way up. When you finally get to the top, I want you to inhale, arms up. Connect the hands above your head. Exhale, prayer hands. And that is your Pilates practice. Put your hands on your heart. Please feel free to sit right back down if that feels right for you. And just open your eyes and feel that feeling of electricity swirling through your body. Take this delicious, peaceful, grounded yet electric feeling that you've created for yourself in your body. And just affirm for yourself, I am going to take this energy throughout my day. Affirm out loud, I take this energy throughout my day. It's an energy of positivity. It's an energy of possibility. It's an energy of strength and optimism, because you're willing to see through the cracks of negativity and reality to see where all that heaven is. There's so much goodness available for you today, and every action that you do, remember that you are this capable. You are so electric. There are tons of mysteries in the world waiting for us to uncover them. And once we uncover them, it's going to uncover just how much positivity and optimism and hope there is. So go ahead and beat them to the punch, so to speak. Go ahead and be your optimistic self. Be your hopeful self. Be this version of yourself that you can feel activating inside of you right now. And I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another day in the garden, darlings, in the Garden of Eden. So thank you for joining me. And I love you so much. And I'll see you next class. Yay! Bye, my loves. If you have any issues, you have any questions, please feel free to just DM me on Instagram. That's probably the fastest way to do it. All right. I love you. Talk to you later.